All right, so let's get right into it. We're talking about a guy who didn't just write plays. Nope, he took all the drama, all the secrets of 18th century high society and just plopped it right on center stage for everyone to see. His name? Richard Bringley Sheridan.
So let me ask you something. What if your reputation was like money? Something you could earn, trade, and have completely wiped out by just a few whispers? Sounds pretty modern, right? Like something straight out of today's internet culture. But here's the thing, this isn't a new problem. Not at all. It's the exact world Richard Bringley Sheridan was taking apart more than 2 centuries ago.
All right, so who was this guy anyway? Well, Richard Bringley Sheridan was this incredible talent from Ireland. I mean, he wasn't just a playwright, he was a poet, a politician, a real jack-of-all-trades for his era. And what made him famous was his wit. It was absolutely razor-sharp. He had this knack for watching the rich and powerful and just perfectly, hilariously, calling them out on all their nonsense. And wow, did he rise fast. I mean, it was meteoric. Born in Dublin in 1751, and by 1775, bam, his first big play, The Rivals, is a total smash hit. Then, just 2 years after that, The School for Scandal drops, and he becomes a household name. And get this, by 1780, he's so influential that he gets elected to Parliament. It really shows you how culture and politics were just completely woven together back then. Okay, so let's take a closer look at that first big hit, The Rivals, to really see how he did it. This play is a classic comedy of manners, which is basically a fancy way of saying it makes fun of the absurd romantic ideas and social games of the super rich.
The whole setup is just primed for total chaos. First up, you've got Lydia Languish. She's so obsessed with the dramatic love stories in her books that she's decided she'll only marry a poor guy in a forbidden romance. So, what does a wealthy nobleman like Captain Jack Absolute do? Naturally, he disguises himself as a broke romantic soldier named Ensign Beverly. And just to make things even crazier, we have her aunt, the legendary Mrs. Malaprop, meddling in everything.
And right there, that's the core of the whole thing. Mistaken identity is what makes the whole plot tick. But you know, Sheridan wasn't just going for cheap laughs. No way. He was making a really clever point about how fake and performative courtship had become. He's showing us the ridiculous things people would do just to live up to some storybook idea of love. And this is where you really see his genius for creating characters. Take Mrs. Malaprop. She's so iconic that she has a word named after her. Malapropism. That's when you use a similar sounding but totally wrong word, and it's hilarious. So when she says someone is the very pineapple of politeness, what she means is pinnacle. It's more than just a funny line, right? It's a brilliant way to satirize people trying to sound smarter than they are. Okay, so if The Rivals was a sharp jab, then The School for Scandal was an absolute knockout punch. This is his masterpiece, the one he's most famous for. And here he goes even deeper, taking a hard look at hypocrisy and the way gossip can just destroy people. So the whole story really revolves around 2 brothers. First, there's Charles Surface. Everyone thinks he's a mess, he's got a bad reputation, but underneath it all, he's actually a good, genuine person. Then there's Joseph. Oh, Joseph has a spotless reputation, a perfect public image. But behind closed doors, he's a total hypocrite. And that's the central question of the play. What's real? The image you project or who you actually are? So what keeps this whole world of fakes and phonies spinning? One word, gossip. Sheridan shows us that gossip isn't just harmless talk. It's power. It's a weapon. You can use it to destroy someone's reputation and build up your own. And sitting right in the middle of this web of lies is the perfectly, and I mean perfectly named Lady Sneerwell. She's the main antagonist, the puppet master. She gets her power and, frankly, her enjoyment from cooking up nasty rumors to tear people down. And her number one target? Our hero with the bad reputation, Charles. And Sheridan breaks down exactly how it works, like a formula for social destruction. Step 1, Lady Sneerwell plants a lie. Step 2, the other gossips grab it and run with it, spreading it like wildfire and adding their own details. Step 3, poor Charles's reputation is left in shreds. The rest of the play is this wild, funny, and kind of stressful race against time to see if the truth can finally catch up to the lies. So, what's the big deal? Why are we still talking about plays written hundreds of years ago? Well, it's because Sheridan wasn't just writing about his own time, he was writing about us. He was writing about human nature. And honestly, his insights feel like they could have been written yesterday. Let's just boil it down to the big themes. First, how incredibly fragile a reputation can be.
Second, the poison of hypocrisy. Third, the scary idea that gossip can become more powerful than the truth itself, creating its own reality. And finally, that timeless question, what matters more, how people see you or who you really are?
And this is the moment it all just clicks, right? Just swap out the fancy 18th century parlors for your social media feed. Swap out the whispering socialites for anonymous trolls and viral threads. Suddenly you realize Sheridan's world of scandal and reputation management, it is our world. It's the internet.
So I'll leave you with this question. In our world of cancel culture, online pylons, and carefully crafted Instagram lives, aren't we all just characters in a reboot of Sheridan's play? Think about it. Which part are you playing? The gossip? The victim? Or maybe the hypocrite with the perfect public profile? It's definitely something to think about.